with it, y'all. So a lot of people, in life, they start out making good choices and they become the most popular person that people want to events. They become the most welcome that, you want to be seen with. It's like they become the most masculine. It's like when somebody does good in life, that's the type of person that you admire, you inspired by. You know what I'm saying? You feel dedicated by, you get ambition by. And what it is to say, like, don't let your whole life go by achieving a lot of goals, and then you end up getting into your 40s and being stuck in life and feeling bad for yourself. You start to feel sorrow, you feel depressed, you feel me? You start to feel miserable because even though you did all of those things and you got a lot of materialistics, you never really did nothing in your life that's accomplishable. Like a lot of people, men wise, they'll try to be a pimp and a player for their whole life and miss out on great opportunities, even with women and having babies and actually being married. Next thing you know, you 48 and you feel like your whole life passed you by. I know how that feels. And it's like you were so busy, like you got the nice guys. And most people don't want the nice guy. You feel me? Because the nice guy, you can easily get over on him. It's like you can always get away with it. It's not much fun with that person neither. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? And you got the toxic people. A lot of people, they like the toxic people. And I never understood it as much, but I also remember when I was younger, why a lot of girls like toxic people is because when you come from that behavior, you see it with your parents, you see it in your mother and your father's relationship. It's kind of like the only love you know. You feel me? Even though you know this person is toxic, you know what I'm saying? He might end up putting his hands on you. You'll stay. I never understood that. Now I can understand the whole bad boy image because a lot of girls like the roughness. They like the rawness. They like the thug. They like the hood dude and the dude who look like he's about that life. You know what I mean? It also makes a woman feel like they can be good because this dude could really protect. Like I could be with him because he looks like a natural born leader. A lot of girls, they like getting caught up in that image. That's understandable. You know what I mean? And you got others like simps. And it's like eventually being with a nice guy and a simp, it's all good until you just lose interest. You feel me? Until they just become boring. Like girls like excitement. You know what I mean? They like mystery. You know what I mean? Because it keeps them guessing, keep them want to know, and keep them chasing, keep them want to be invested in you. Once you become boring, it's like nobody wants to be around it no more because you lose interest because it's no fun. It's like I know everything about you. I know everything that you do. You do the same on nothing. It's like if you get up every day and you just drink and smoke, you know what I'm trying to say, eventually it comes boring for some person who chooses to live their life, live, learn to do better and grow. They ain't smoke no more, so they won't choose to be around that. You know what I'm saying? You'll lose interest. It's like going and hanging out in front of the corner store every day. After a while, it'll become boring because who really wants to go sit on a block and hang out in front of a corner store all day and do nothing with their life? Eventually, you outgrow people, so you'll lose interest. You feel me? And it's like, in life, there is no such thing as the perfect man, the perfect woman. You feel me? You have to actually build yourself up to be that perfect man, a perfect woman, because none of us is perfect. But as we live, learn, and do better, that's what makes us perfect in those ways of our behavior to people. So it's like, I'm gonna give you a great example. I once, you know what I mean? I had a brother, and it's like a lot of people, they make excuses in life for why they don't choose to do better. You feel me? I have nephews. I got all kinds of people. You feel me? They make excuses why they can't do better, why their life is messed up. You ever been around somebody who just feel consistently they gotta blame somebody else for why they can't do better instead of knowing that they're the problem because they choose to get up every day and do nothing instead of getting up every day and do something? Like if you get up every day and you invest in yourself, you make yourself the priority, you put yourself as the number one option, you'll become the person that you truly want to be. Eventually you'll be dominant at what it is that you're going to get because every day you're getting up and making a purpose to prosper with great progress and never being a project to do something better. And eventually God's going to meet you halfway there. It's like if I wake up and tell you I'm going to be a billionaire, it ain't going to just happen. I'm going to be a millionaire. No, but if I get up every day and I work with these 3 steps, I work with these 5 steps, eventually I'm going to get there. So let's say today, and today is what? It's January the 30th, right? Or the 31st. And if I get up every day and I work towards where I'm trying to get to, by the end of the year, we're going to see a lot of progress from today to to December the 30th, the 31st. You feel me? Because I got up every day and I chose to do something about it. But if I get up every day and drink, smoke, and do nothing, ain't nothing gonna happen. Nothing gonna happen. And in life, some people are okay with that. I'm just not. Like, I'm messed up mentally. You feel me? So like, me having the outbursts, having the spiritual warfare, you know what I mean, going through so much demonic and satanic activity, having the nervous breakdowns, or panic attacks, and the anxiety and all of that, from when my cousins and my family did the rituals and the blood sacrifice and shot me in the head with a dust blunt and bounced a chemical in my brain, would make it harder for me to actually get a job and keep the job. You know what I mean? Because I literally have to fight every day to keep myself together. Trying to maintain the job at the same time would be a lot for me. But for another person who's not going through nothing, there should be no reason why you can't accomplish and be the master of your abilities. So I could sit here and there's a lot of things I'm not able to do, but I could do something. And I get up every day. It's like, I say, if I make a schedule or a plan and I work out. You know what I'm saying? On my off days, I find something else to do. But I start working out. Then I start recording my episodes for my platforms. You feel me? I take time to do everything I need to do in a day. Look at how, say, from 10 o'clock to about 5:30, I was busy all day on my feet. So I'm probably not able to do nothing, do a lot of things. And even though I'm not on the clock, you can see I'm working hard to get to where I'm trying to get to. It might not happen overnight, but eventually it's going to pay off, because every day I'm choosing to do something. But if I get up every day and I just drink and I sit back and do nothing, I'll wait for my brother or my mother or my son to make me some food and bring me some McDonald's and wash my laundry. Eventually I'm not going to go nowhere, because I ain't doing nothing about it. I'm just sitting in my sorrow, feeling bad for myself, but I'm not choosing to step up as a man to be the master of my abilities to actually do better. I'm just accepting negativity, and that's a choice. You feel me? So as I look, it's sad that mentally I'm doing better than you, and you're not the one hearing voices and going through what I'm going through. Like, how can I be doing better than you? How can I choose to get up and every day and make better choice than you do? You older than me. You feel me? You're supposed to show me how it go. You know what I'm saying? And how it not go. Not the other way. I shouldn't have to teach the grown-ups how to be grown. You feel me? But it's all about the choices you make in life. And most people choose to blame people for why they are the way they are. Nobody literally did something to you like what I'm going through for you to be that messed up. So you can't tell me that. You know what I'm saying? But it's your choice to make an excuse and stay stuck where you are. We all got choices. You just got to choose to know how to love yourself and do better. And it ain't easy. It's hard. It takes much work, especially when you have no one there to keep staying on top of you. You got to put yourself there. You know what I'm saying? Stop speaking word curses. Stop saying you can't. Stop giving in. Stop giving up. And what I did is I started writing stuff and I put it on my wall. Like over here by my bed, I got this little motivation. Ambition and motivation is the key to success. Be inspired by God for God. Be admired by God for God. Be inspired by you for you. Be admired by you for you. You know what I'm trying to say? And I constantly write these little things, you know what I'm saying, every day, so I could speak living into my life and my opportunity to do better. And that is great motivation. That is great dedication. That is great ambition and inspiration for myself. You feel me? And this is what I choose to do. You know what I'm saying? So you can sit here and make an excuse and say whatever you want, but you can have somebody who comes from a broken home, have not a mother and father in the household, maybe come from a parent who's an addiction, who's an addict, and they still choose to do better in life with having nobody there for them because they chose to step up and do it for themselves. And then you can have somebody come from a perfect home, and I don't mean to say it in that way, but a 2-parent home raised with discipline and make it nowhere in life. And that's because of the choices they chose to make in life. So you can't, you know what I'm saying? You can sit here and make an excuse if you want, but excuse is an excuse, and we all know better. So it's like, I remember I was watching this show. It comes on BET, and they end up making a spinoff of it. I know everybody know this show right here. It's called Sistas. I want to say it's spelled SISTAS. And they made a spinoff because it came so good with 2 of them on the show, with Fatima and Zach and Zatima. And I remember when Zach was dating Karen, and he was so in love with this girl, and she just couldn't, at times, like it seemed like he always was getting on her nerves, getting on her skin. She couldn't take him. It seemed like Zach was never going to be the man. He was never going to get his life together. He was always going to be in and out of jail, yakking in the middle of the street like he 12, walking around And as a grown man, but in the mind, it seemed like he got the mind of a child. You feel me? Like he's in his second childhood. And because he loved her so much, he took so much from her. He wasn't perfect, but he took so much from her because he loved her. And it was never going to work because he could never be the man she wanted him to be while he was with her. So she constantly would belittle him, put him down. She didn't know how to talk to him. She didn't know how to love him. You know what I'm saying? She didn't know how to deal with him. She didn't know how to listen to him. She didn't know how to give him comfort. She didn't know how to give him support. She didn't know how to complete him. And at times when he needed, she didn't know how to give him comfort or closure. She just couldn't do it because all she see was him supposed to be this image of this person he was going to be. And it's not going to work because that's the only way it was. That's how she felt. So I remember it was one part of the episode. I couldn't tell you what season, exactly what episode, but she has, like Karen, she does hair and she's in the shop. And this lady comes in talking about something like she was sleeping with her husband and this and this and that. Then she offs herself. She kills herself right there in the shop. And everybody's historical and shocked because no one really knew what was happening. And it happened so fast. Next thing you know, she ended up meeting the lady's husband, which he was a preacher. And Zach, you know what I mean, he did Karen a lot of ways, but he was good with it, you know what I mean? And they would constantly get into confrontation and all of that. You know what I mean? It seems like they would make up and break up. And next thing you know, she ends up actually start talking to the preacher. And this is crazy because the lady came to her shop already feeling like she was creeping with her husband and killed herself. Next thing you know, you literally start talking to this preacher. So while she was with Zach, and because Zach didn't have the money, he didn't have the stability, he didn't have a purpose to prosper and make great progress, he just kept being a project he couldn't profess and provide for her, she would talk to him all kind of ways and crazy. Like, you know how when you in the battlefield, you in the military, you know what I mean? You in the army, you in the war, you in the service, you in the Marines, and it goes on and on and on. The Navy SEALs, a lot of people are like drill sergeants. It doesn't work for everybody. It doesn't work for everybody. You might could talk to this person that way and it could work, but you may have to talk to this person because that's the only way it's going to work. She didn't know how to communicate with him. All she wanted to do was tell him how it was, and that was it. Like, it was like she was too controlling and too demanding. You feel me? And it was like she was always going to be right and he was always the one wrong. It's like in a relationship, you give up the odds for us, so that means we got to make it work. So anyway, she ended up dating the preacher, and Zach would come and see her. She was cheating on with the preacher till she even kicked him to the curb. And he was so hurt and distraught. He understand. He was so upset and hurt. He didn't know what to do. And it's because he really put his heart into her. He loved her, which means when you usually love somebody, you put them your priority. You know what I mean? You make them the number one option. There's a chance that you're going to always end up being hurt. You know what I mean? Because you put your heart and your spirit and your soul into it, while the other person just going to dog you out every chance they get when it don't go the way they want it to go. And what I mean by this is you have too much feelings for her. While y'all just chilling, having a good time, she's just happy to have a good time. And you think about marriage. You way out of your league on your speed to where she's mentally at. She ain't think about that. You understand what I'm saying? So he was definitely going to end up getting hurt. You feel me? By this woman. You know what I mean? Because mentally they was too far apart from where they needed to be as one powerful stone. They couldn't connect as one powerful stone. And it was crazy because he ended up riding his bike one day, and this is how him and Fatima met. She ended up knocking him off the bike. And, you know, they had their little words or whatever talk. But after that, they really started talking. Now, Fatima, she didn't have the best and the perfect man, and she wasn't looking for the perfect man because she knows the relationship she's been through, there's no such thing. But she had to build herself up to be the perfect woman. You know what I mean? So she can give that juice. She can help somebody else live, learn, and do better and be a perfect them. You feel me? Be all you could be of what God has put you here to be. You know, every day be a better you. So because she knew how to listen to Zach, she knew how to be there. You know what I mean? It worked with them. Next thing you know, she ended up getting him this job. That job actually ended up paying off for Zach. Next thing you know, Zach is investing money with this job. He's doing stocks. Ding, 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 ding. He's going up. He ain't the Zach that was always in and out of jail with the felonies, looking like a dirty little bum and a grown man who would never grow up in his second childhood. Zach became the man. Now, you know, his ex was going to feel some type of way because Zach blowing up. Now he got money to buy a mansion. Now he got money to buy him a Maserati. He got money to buy his girl Fatima a Maserati. Of course she gonna feel some type of way because that's what she always wanted in Zach when she was with Zach. But Zach couldn't get it together that way. Nor could she be the better half of him to help him get that way. But because Fatima was that strong, dominant woman, she knew exactly how to do that. You know what I'm saying? And she was everything Zach needed. She knew how to get him off his feet. Remember, she picked him up off the ground after hitting him off the bike and put him together. Then he got himself together and they became connected as one powerful stone. Isn't that crazy how love works sometimes? And you ain't got to be looking for it, but God just knows how to put real recognize real. God knows how to connect us as one powerful stone. And it made his ex and made Karen so mad because now she's hot and bothered for Zach. He's so attractive. He's so handsome. He's so charming. He's so dominant. He's so masculine. He got his stuff together and she's not a part of it. And nor does she care about what she did to him to hurt him and push him away like that. But now that he got his life together, it's driving her crazy and she's fiending for Zach, where she started doing all kind of things out of character to get with this guy that she pushed to the curb. And it also hurts her because she can't have her way with him. He's moved on and he know it can never work because you always had this image of him. You couldn't accept him for who he really was. You didn't know how to love this man. You didn't know how to comfort him. You didn't know how to support him and complete him. You didn't know how to listen to him and talk to him. Nor did you know how to give him comfort when he needed a closure. So it would never work. And because he knows that, he would never go back to her. So it really makes her mad, and that he's living his best life and he don't need her. And he's doing better without her, when that's what she always wanted him to do when he was with her. So it drives her crazy. You feel me? So even when they had that one slip up and had the sections, she's so happy to think she's having his baby. But it still wasn't going to get him to stay with her. You know what I mean? And it was crazy like that because in life, sometimes it happens like this, y'all. It really do. It happens like that. And him and Fatima, they end up living their best life. And, you know, she was more pissed off when he heard that they was getting married. And then she ended up going down the hot flashes, you know what I'm saying, labor when she found out that she was pregnant. You know what I mean? But she never wanted to tell nobody what really caused her to get like that. She still got these type of feelings for Zach. You know what I mean? And in life, this is why you need to pay attention, because sometimes you could be with the right person, but it's just not at the right time. You know what I mean? And sometimes you got to pay attention to what you have. And the truth, has that saying go, you never know what you have until it's gone. You feel me? And this is all real. You know what I mean? So in life, if you really want to make it to where you are, you have to choose to get up every day and work on yourself to be the best. The far as you want to make it is as far as you're going to take it. As far as you take it, determining how far you're going to make it. It's all about you, because you can even start off good. But once the devil knocks on your door, most people just choose to give in and give up. You got to be the one to love your life, and you got to be the one to make your problem small to a giant. You got to know how to, when you're going through hard days and you're having hard nights, cold days and cold nights and long days and long nights, you got to know how to put your problem to the side and focus on the good in your life. That's how you keep doing better and dominating. Because once you start to focus on the negative, you're going to become negative. Once you start to focus on the suffering in your life, you're going to start to suffer. Once you start to focus on the pain, you're going to start to feel pain. You understand that? You can't focus on the things that'll stop you from being the best you could be. You got to know how to move word curses, put the negativity to the side, and do better. And this is what I would even do. It's like I could have ended up being like my brothers and my nephews, and a lot of them who just choose to drink all day and do nothing. But I chose to put the bottle down. I chose to put the cigarettes down. I chose to give it up to God, and he took the taste out of my mouth. Right as I did that, I knew I had to change everything else I was doing. I jumped into the gym. I started helping my sister with the kids and helping at the daycare. I was taking care of my nieces, and I was helping my mother, and I was doing so much. Every day, I had a busy schedule from when I woke up like 4 in the morning to the next day like 12 at night. And I would get up next day, same thing, 4 o'clock, 4:35 in the morning, and I would work from real early to real late with a busy schedule, making myself the priority and putting myself as number one, being the choice and the option to love myself first, so I can do what I gotta do, so I can be able to give back and help other people too. You feel me? And it made my brothers and them feel some type of way every time they see me being successful in my life and doing better, because I used to be right there with them. It also made them scared, because Eventually, people feel like this in life. If we was right there with them, it all works out because misery loves company and everybody loves being stuck and stagnant. And this is a figure of speech. You don't really love being stuck and stagnant, but you know you could be stuck and stagnant if you don't pay attention to life and wake up and do better. And they get afraid of you doing better because you end up leaving them behind. You won't need them in life no more. So they'll try to do everything to pull you down and keep you stuck and stagnant because they know that you could be the one to actually make it and do good in life while they gave in and gave up a long time ago. They ain't want no more with their life. You know what I mean? So it's a choice. You understand? You can sit here and make excuses all you want, or you can get out there and go and face the world. You can get up and do better. It's your choice. Everybody got choices. You can't tell me you don't got a choice. All right? Peace. And like I said earlier, this just goes to show how much women love dominant masculine men. Because like I said, when your boy Zach was a mess, Karen didn't want nothing to do with him. Once Zach became that dominant man, once he became that masculine man, she went crazy to do everything to try to get him back. She went crazy to do everything to try to get him back. So the greatest gift in life is to work on yourself daily. Wake up every day with a purpose to prosper and make great progress and never be someone's project. And make a plan to schedule your life out. And you can plan it the way it is all day, but I'm going to still tell you God's plan is way better. But this is just to show you that you have a description of what you want and where you at and where you're trying to get to. And as you work on it every day, I guarantee you, you're going to see yourself closer to your dream and your goals at the end of the year because you made progress instead of sitting around doing nothing. Girls love men. Girls love men that they love to chase. A lot of guys don't understand that. They like chasing girls. Stop chasing girls who's not going to put you as a priority, who's not going to be interested in you. You know what I'm trying to say? Who looks at you as boring. You understand? Stop chasing women and pay attention to the woman who notice you. You get much further with the woman who notice you because at least you get to know that this woman who's into you is truly genuine into you. That pretty girl, you're going to be chasing her like the next 100 people that's chasing her. And the guy who get her is the guy that's not even interested in her. It's usually the guy that she's going head over heels for. I'm serious, bro. And it's usually like that. You know why? Because simps is played out. Nobody ain't want no simp. Nobody want a nice guy. They're boring and you lose interest quick. Even after a while, the toxic dude, a woman will move off from that behavior because she feels that she deserves better. And the bad guys are the bad guys, but the dominant men, the masculine men, is the one that woman that chase all day, every day, because that's the type of man that she dreams for. That's the type of dude she wants to lead. So your greatest gift in life is to focus on yourself. Get yourself together first. Make yourself the priority. All right?